there. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. Wow, guys. Where we go one, we go all. We got to continue this fight, because we got a lot of stuff going on. We've got, oh my gosh, stuff going on. And what is it? It's the 2nd? January 2nd of 2020. Oh my gosh. Shady, I haven't seen you in a year.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy New Year.
Right?
Hello.
We got Vernon Peterson saying Happy New Year to Matrixxx and Shady Grooove. And then we got United States of Q. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, guys. Thank you, Matrixxx and Shady, for bringing us great information every single day. Matrixxx and Shady mods are appreciated by me and Anons alike. I love you all. I'm seriously, guys. In the Cartman voice. Love US of Q. Love you, brother. Happy New Year, JT Wild. Happy New Year, Tweety. Fiona. Happy New Year, Mike P. Honest Content. Hello, Vincent. Stephen Carr's out there. Got a lot of great people. David. Hello, hello. Merry New Year. Merry New Year. Oh, Shady. Wow. How was your New Year?
My New Year was really good, man. I hope yours was. I just kind of hung at the home 20 and watched the fireworks from afar.
Nice. Very nice. Adelaine Marie Robinson says, JT Wild, Carly Bonet, follow. That's right. Follow everybody. We're all here. No one is above the other. Oh my God, your Cartman voice. Sorry. Screw you guys, I'm going home. I can't do it really good. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going home.
Respect my authority. There we go. That's as good as I can get. But look at this, guys. We got a black screen right now. My apologies. Let me get something up here for you. There we go. Let's take a look at some notables. We got some news going on. We got some crazy stuff going on, Shady.
I know, right? Especially with all this at the embassy over the weekend.
Oh my gosh, right?
The holiday, I mean.
Yeah, we see through it. We know that it's a deep state last attempt here, guys.
You mean the leader of the group against the embassy was in the White House under 44?
Yeah, and we covered it, and they had to cover it too. I saw it on the Mossad report, Drudge report. I saw it there. So they have to report it after you Anons reported it, guys.
They have to follow us now, don't they?
I think so. I mean, they can't just shut us up, so they're gonna have to join us at some point. That's right. Prime Mover reminds, Happy New Year. Happy in this country, we say happy. Trading Places. That was a great movie, by the way. What about the crazy video of the rocket off the coast of Fort Pierce? I know, that's right by me as well.
It was a DeLorean.
It was a DeLorean. You guys didn't know that? He came back from 2025 and said they're still trying to impeach Trump.
That's what I
heard. You better hurry up and get yourself back in. Wait, 2.21 gigawatts.
We're going to 2040. They're still trying to impeach us.
We are the news now, guys. You are the news. No new Q drops, but look at this on the 7th of January. I wanted to point this out. That's when Congress gets back. 1/7. My daughter turns 1/7 as well, so that's awesome. But January 7th of last year, guess who was not in the Supreme Court for the first time? That's for the first time. Maybe she won't be there for a second time, guys. Who knows? But just very interesting coincidence if you look at the deltas. The Q posted on the 7th, hasn't posted like today, 2 years and 1 year ago, though. So we'll check it out. We'll keep checking it out. But Hunter Biden's Burisma dealings are pulled in a child support suit, Shady.
Yeah, and I also, the judge in this suit has decided to recuse himself. I think he decided he wanted to live.
Right? I know. Look at that. Yeah, I might want to live because, apparently if I have a child support suit and I'm making, $50 million a month or whatever this guy was making, could you get a piece of that? Right, Shady?
Yeah, not corrupt. Yeah.
Not corrupt. Yep, Reggie. Now they can't shut us up. It must be working. Absolutely. Justice for Seth Rich is what we are after as well. Look at this. Just a day after the death of a sexual assault accuser, there was a settlement.
Oh, wow. Easier to settle whenever the person's not accusing you anymore, huh?
Yeah, the loudest voices. And that was creepy, right? We played that video that he had, and it was a little creepy, Shady.
And that's his second creepy video, and now the man has 3 accusers who've died in the last year.
Yeah. Out of, what, 7 or something like that?
Yeah,
No.
like 7 or 8. And the last one was related to royalty in Europe. Where was that? It was, I'm trying to remember where the guy was from.
Maybe we can...
Married to some of the royals, or used to be married to one of the Dutch royals or something.
Das niet goed.
Maybe I
Norwegian author.
Norway.
Norway. Yeah. Yep. Ari Ben, Behn, died by suicide.
Arkansas.
Arkansas. Yeah, Kevin, we do it all the time.
It's just one of those. It's just one of those things in the world you got to look out for.
That's right. Norwegian princess, says Philip Collins. That is goed. Hi, Tweety. It's my best Dutch. It's all I can do, and it's like not very good. I know. All right, so look at this. Anti-Benghazi, Shady, December 31st. Mm-hmm. And it was spelled without the H, I believe. It was a misspelling. Misspelling matters.
The H were reversed.
There you go.
Yeah, the A and the H was reversed opposite in the first one, and then corrected, or maybe correct in the first one and then opposite. There you go. Yeah, the AH was switched on a 9-minute delta.
9-minute delta.
And we have been getting the marker 9.
Yep, we got the marker 9. And then what about this one right here? There was another one, Shady. Ha 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 ha. I thought I had that one on my timeline.
Yeah, that one had a 9 in it as well.
So that would be Huma Amadine, guys.
Yep.
Ha ha.
And a lot of the first.
And there was a ha 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 9 times Q post.
Yeah, right. That's what I was saying. The ha is 9 times in the Q post.
Yeah, let's see if we can find it. It may not be able to find ha. No.
Oh, I thought it was in that tweet right there that you did, actually.
Was it? I hope so,
but I don't see it. I'm looking on the other screen.
It was Julian's rum, I think, that had the ha ha.
I'm trying to remember what else was in that post. Let's see if I can find it here.
So this is great. A lot of the Anons are finding out. We're doing the same comms. We're learning, guys. You guys are all learning. There's Julian's rum. It was somebody else. In the meantime, this was very interesting, Shady. Let's listen to this.
Number 699, bro.
All right, let's go. Okay, we'll go to 699 first. We'll do it live.
I got it. It took me a second.
699. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ha's next week. More 9 ha's. We warned you. You are stupid. Can you sleep? We can help. Q.
We can help.
we can help. So 9 ha's, guys. Interdasting, and it was 9 minutes corrected from misspelling to correct spelling. 9 minutes. Marker 9. Ha 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 ha. Huma Abedin.
And the H and A switched in the Benghazi.
H and A.
Yep.
H and A. Wow. All right, moving on. This was I fell off my chair when I saw this, guys. This is Devin Nunes talking to us because we know about the California fires, don't we, Anons? Let's check it out.
This is Devin Nunes. I want to wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I want you to know this is a fake fire, a lot like the fake news you see. Let's hope this year, no more fake news, no more fake fires. Let's hope for a better 2020. Thanks again for all your support.
Boom.
Fake news, fake fires.
And fake news and fake fires, guys.
Wow.
That is a wow. That's a huge boom in my opinion.
That is a very huge boom because we know that the fires out there are not happening by happenstance. Fire tornadoes sometimes come from deep state weapons.
Yeah, absolutely. Pretty interesting. The fake news said I played golf today and I did not. I had meetings in various locations while closely monitoring the U.S. Embassy situation in Iraq, which I am still doing. The corruption lamestream media knew this, but not surprisingly, failed to report or correct.
Did you see the Did you see the hubbub where the motorcade left on that day?
No.
Yeah, the motorcade like rolled out of Mar-a-Lago, and the news started reporting that he was going somewhere or something, and even the alternative news were kind of saying that he was moving around, and then there was nothing scheduled or he didn't go anywhere. So it was interesting how he kind of, I don't know, it's almost like he threw out a little distraction cookie or something, like because he sent the whole motorcade out of Mar-a-Lago, but he didn't leave.
Here, look at this, Shady. This is Poussant. Thank you. The anti-Benghazi, it could be AHHA, Hadi al-Amiri, and President Obama. Whoa, dude. That's the guy that went to...
This is the guy who was just pictured with the insurgency that they were calling protesters that were actually Iranian militants.
There
around
it is. There it is.
Yep, before we sent troops in.
There it is, guys. Wow. That deserves a boom.
Boom.
That's the boom right there. Thank you, President Trump.
Something big is coming. Could definitely been alluding to this, because this is going to pop the lid off of the whole narrative that these are protesters in Iraq. These are obviously militants from the Shia sect of Iran, and they are panicking over there, man. I mean, trying to attack the embassy, trying to create a Benghazi. We even had Joy Reid that tweeted out. She tweeted out something like, President Trump's Benghazi just started.
Yeah, they want death over there, guys. They're like cheering to have people killed.
They're cheering for people to die as opposed to supporting the country.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really? You're pulling for the enemy on the mainstream news now?
Yeah.
In public, broad daylight?
In broad daylight, Shady.
Jeez.
I know. So here's the Iraqi who led today's raid. This was me reporting this on December 31st. Guess who was once invited to the White House? This is how soon we got it, guys. The Anons got it a lot sooner than it's on the Mossad report, Drudge Report today. Because I think we report it, guys. They have
it wasn't on there yesterday, and we had it since day before.
That's right.
They're reporting our news 2 days after
QAnon. News 3 days before.
Yeah, maybe that's why they hate us.
Yeah.
We get the scoops.
Also, happy Q year, guys. There's a little Pepe in there. Try and find. I spy a Pepe. I love that. Love it. We got some really crafty QAnon things. Look at this, guys. Will not be another Benghazi. Yeah. So our president, Donald J. Trump, our commander-in-chief, wants to protect our troops and the people in the embassy, opposed to leaving them to die. Shady.
Yeah, and you know that it's also now it's coming out that some of the people that have been silenced that were around the whole Benghazi thing, especially the generals who were trying to respond. There was a couple of generals who tried to send people in. They were given stand-down orders by the Obama administration from Benghazi. We could have been there in 15 minutes. We didn't go. We were hovering with helicopters, filming it all, and a lot of this back story is starting to come out in the mainstream now as well because of this event. There's not going to be another Benghazi.
That's right. And Linda Taylor says, ignore Drudge and read Bongino report for real news. What if I told you that Bongino reads us?
You know, what if I told you that Christopher Stevens was running weapons for HRC and she had to get rid of him before he spilled the beans?
Yeah, that's right. Stevens, God bless that, man. That was just such a mess.
God, I understand that we lost people there, but also this guy was pretty corrupt.
That's right. That's right. We got him.
Position of corruption.
And Trump's tweets matter.
You mean you don't want to take him down off Twitter?
Nope.
Oh. You're not one of those ones that thinks that the president should be taken off Twitter, I assume.
No, I'm not one of those ones.
There's a lot of those out there, but
that's right.
Now we got some Republican senators that are saying that crap.
Yeah, and Sparky says he does because we know that we're pretty much on point that the Laura Ingraham Anon looks at us, right, as Anons, right? Not just Matrixxx and Shady. I'm saying all of us. The Anons and the Patriots, Q people in general. They look at you, they look at me. There's stuff that comes out on their shows, Gutfield, same. Bongino, yes.
Water.
Yeah, there's no doubt. He even quotes you, though should read him also. Also, he also is my neighbor, Linda. How cool is that? So very, very interesting. There will be a time when we will go out there. And Rosebuds has a question. When do we think the Durham report is going to come out? We don't know. I'm not sure. But there's been a lot of speculation. And let's talk about this real quick. The biblical. Something big is coming, Shady. And it's going to be biblical. And it talks about temples, right? What do we think that's going to be?
Well, I think that, number one, just to answer that question, there's not going to be a Durham report. Okay.
No.
There's going to be indictments. Okay. This is a prosecutor. He's not commissioned. Okay. So the OIG is commissioned to do a report because that's like internal affairs. So that's inside FBI stuff. OIG or John Durham is a prosecutor. Mm-hmm. So do not expect a John Durham report. What you will get are indictments from John Durham.
That's right. That's right.
And they're going to come quick. Like, he's not going to mess around. Like, there's going to be, a list of indictments to come, and whenever he unseals them, they will be picked up immediately.
That's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, because we're thinking there's going to be a report, right? Because we're still waiting on a Comey report. We're working on.
There's going to be other reports out of the DOJ, and possibly with some more OIG stuff. But as far as Huber and Durham, those investigations are investigations. They have the full strength of it. They can issue subpoenas. They can call grand juries. That's acting as like a normal prosecutorial case.
That's right. That's right. So, this is something that I want to talk about as well, is something big is coming. What do we think that could be, guys? And I'm thinking Iraq has a lot to do with it, Iraq and Iran.
I do too. I think that what we're seeing unfold right now in Iraq is something big is coming, because this is going to open the conversation about what's really going on with Iran, the 1.5 billion in cash, and all of the corruption that the Bush and Obama administration administered in Iraq. This was inside. This embassy is inside the green zone, like deep inside the green zone. Why didn't Iraqi forces stop these people from coming in? They let them in.
Yeah.
They were allowed in. So this was a plan, obviously a plan by the deep state to infiltrate the green zone. This is pretty big. This has never really happened since we invaded 20 years ago.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, this to me, it seems like that what's the powder keg in Iraq is going to set in motion a good amount of truth to get aggregated to the surface about the past. Kind of looks that way anyway.
Right. Interesting. Yeah. And I wanted to, let's see.
They've kind of Q insinuating something big, and Anons immediately start thinking, the perp walk, but that's really not. You and I know on a worldwide scale of the corruption and the deceit of history and the lies, one or two DOJ people getting arrested isn't really as big as something like an unlawful war perpetrated by complete lies, where we've spent $2 trillion, killed 4,000 Americans and 100,000 Iraqis.
Well, I think it's going to be biblical, and Q says it's biblical. It's going to be big, and I think it's even bigger than that, because where is Babylon?
That's exactly what I was going to say. Where does biblical start?
Mm-hmm.
Biblical starts right there in Iraq at the Euphrates and Tigris rivers. Like, that was, that is where. The reason we destroyed Iraq was so we could get rid of the history, the true history.
Who remembers when we first bombed Iraq and they were saying, "Oh, what we're witnessing here is shock and awe."
Yep, I remember.
They used the mother of all bombs, the Moab. Do you remember that? You guys remember that, guys? Shock and awe. So interesting to note that the Shekinahs, and the Moabites defeated Nebuchadnezzar, who Saddam Hussein thought he was.
Mm-hmm.
This is biblical, guys.
And this is the biblical area of the planet.
Yeah, and most everybody, my age, I'm 50. You know,
He's under 60.
He's under 60. I remember watching that on TV, and what we're witnessing here is shock and awe.
Oh, and with all the helicopters and showing you all the bombs that they were using and being very specific about which planes were carrying which munitions, it was absolutely disgusting to watch.
Yep, and here's a 1999 article. Saddam does battle with Nebuchadnezzar. Like he thinks he's Nebuchadnezzar, guys. So Babylon is here, folks. Very interesting. This could be biblical. What do you think? I mean,
well, the shock and awe was kind of the distraction, because wasn't it interesting that there were tractor trailers handy backing up to the museums and stealing all the artifacts that kind of point to the other species that walks among us? That's what they were doing. They were getting rid of all of the artifacts there in the what do you call it? I forgot the name of the little area there in the ancient world. They called it.
Yeah, it was Days of Destruction over there. Yeah, absolutely. They were pulling down statues. They were doing everything, guys.
Yeah, they were taking all of the artifacts and out of the museums and making sure that they got them. They were trying to get them in '92 and didn't make it that far. That was part of the mission from Bush 1.
Right.
Because he wanted that stuff destroyed. I mean, the real historical information that's laying around on the ground points to the cabal being an ancient cult. Everything points back to the idea that they aren't really the same as you and I. They have no empathy. They're psychopaths.
Yep. There's the Moabites out of Jordan today, right? Just interesting. You know, we don't really know our history, and Q has dropped Moab quite a bit, mother of all bombs, right? Moabites, Nebuchadnezzar, and the Shekinahs, right? Just interesting to note.
I think we're watching a massive event in history right now. I think we're righting a wrong. Maybe is a good way to put it. We're changing stuff back to normal from engineered.
Here's Shekinahs. Right? Then they just very amazing. Just this would be a good dig to start doing, to just go back into ancient history. Right? Interesting, guys. So yeah, I think it could be biblical. I think it is something, like you said, Shady, to right our wrong. I think that's a really good way to put it. To right their wrong, I should say.
Mm-hmm. And to course correct humanity. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's really, ultimately, that's what my goal is, working with this whole movement, is to correct humanity.
That's right.
The historical record needs to be fixed.
Yeah. So Anne Hathaway for crimes against humanity, H.A. Huma Abedin for conspiracy. That could be. But I think it's going to be, Huma would be one that Q said that, there'll be an indictment that will wake everybody up, right? Here real quick, while we're discussing that, check this out. This is the Marines arrive at the U.S. Embassy in Iraq. Pretty amazing stuff, guys, with their Ospreys. And I had the opportunity to hang right in front of them down there in Florida, Shady. They're amazing vehicles, dude. Whoa. Amazing craft.
Those things are really crazy. They turn sideways and go up or down.
Yeah. And there's not standing down, folks. Not standing down. This is our Marines and our president on orders to go get that guy that was in the White House. I don't think it's going to be Tom Hanks either, John Churchill. I hear that all around. I think Weinstein is bigger news than Hanks, in my opinion. Wouldn't you think? Why aren't we talking about Weinstein? He's got 8 additional charges coming out in L.A. to face.
And also charges overseas that they're coming at him with.
Yeah.
And his friend Ghislaine thinks she's protected.
Yeah. I think there's been word that they're hiding her out in safe houses.
Right. And remember, the Ray Chandler is Allison Mack times 1,000. Like there's a lot that we have not even touched on yet.
Yep. And Weinstein, the judge said, no, we're not going to drop your trafficking charges, guys. But we're sitting here talking about Tom Hanks, who we don't and can't prove that is a trafficker. But now we got somebody that's big like Weinstein, and we're not talking about him. We need to be talking about him, in my opinion, guys. He's a lot bigger than Tom Hanks in Hollywood. Don't you think?
He's behind the curtain. We even got Ron Howard coming out yesterday, flapping around with Rob Reiner about the president.
Wow. And those they're the loudest guys. Those
right, and he worked. All these people work directly with Weinstein are freaking out. I mean, they're like, I guess they think he's going to tell on them, or whatever it is, but they are not comfortable over there in the Hollywood land.
Yeah, they're not. So I do hear a lot. I've heard that Tom Hanks thing, and again, creepy pictures. I get it, all that stuff, but we can't prove it. We can't prove that he's what people are saying he is. Huh?
The movie Big. People are trying to make that connection to Q and the movie Big, and the drops the Q.
But doesn't that seem like a slide to you?
It's a slide to me. I mean, that's what I feel. I don't know. I hate to act like I know something, but it feels to me like that's insignificant in the moment.
Look over here where we have no evidence, but we have evidence against Weinstein.
And Spacey.
Right. So, and let's say, and Cappy, we know Cappy says, the glove picture,
I'm not trying to say Tom Hanks is good.
Yeah, not trying to say he's good, guys, but not say, I'm the kind of person that just needs the proof. And when I have the proof, I'll report it, bro. But there is a theory. There is a theory about that. Absolutely, guys. Was talking about Big in her last video. I agree. Weinstein is bigger fish here. I do. I think he is bigger.
He was connected to every. Not only was he connected to all the actresses and stuff in Hollywood and the producers, filmmakers, and whatnot, but he's also connected to Mossad. He's connected to intelligence. Remember, a few of the people. He's
closer to Epstein. Yep.
Right. A few of the people that were accusing him said that he was using known Israeli intelligence agents to track them down and spy on them.
Right.
Actresses were saying that, it's like, how many people in Hollywood can wield the CIA or wield Israeli intelligence?
So Kinish says, wasn't he involved in Cappy's death? I mean, we have
that's speculation.
That is speculation. I believe Cappy. Spud says it best. I believe Cappy, but we have no proof. Could you imagine if we're calling this guy what he is and he isn't? That's how I look at it, guys. I'm not saying he's good. I really want you to understand that. But I have a feeling there's like bigger fish like Weinstein. To me, that seems more, I guess, bigger than, because we actually have things on that guy, man. And he's in New York, and he's real close to, Oprah and all those folks. He's like he could be that part of this keystone for all those folks on the Hollywood side, JD.
I agree, and it's to me, we know from the research that we've done that pretty much anyone in Hollywood that is successful has some sort of hand in this cookie jar.
Yeah, so let me explain. So Adeline Marie Robinson says yes. Tom Hanks takes a picture on Route 66, and then several months later, Cappy dies on Route 66.
It wasn't months later; it was just a couple of weeks. But we understand that. Yeah. But that's not proof.
Yeah. No, but it's a theory, and it's totally allowed. But we just got to be careful, because that's how the proof is in the pizza, says Andy Social.
No, we understand that too.
And Sarah Ruth Ashcroft. Yep, I know about her too. Hanks pictured with Oprah and Gwen, of course. Yep. Less than 3 weeks later, says Fiona Miles. Yep.
Sarah Ruth is not the only person to accuse him. There's quite a number of people that have accused him. Like I said, I know he's swamp. I know he's bad. I know that he is a deep state asset.
Right.
But we're not thinking that Tom. I mean, okay. Let's say Tom Hanks. Okay, let's throw it out there. Tom Hanks is arrested tomorrow for what? Underage child abuse, for instance. What is that? Like, Bill Cosby's in jail. Like, where did that go? Like, there's no
pudding pop.
You got to understand what's the ramifications. Is Tom Hanks on the global scale of 6,000 years of corruption and an evil cabal that's feeding on us? does that really have any relevance?
Right. Is that going to awaken the masses to the corruption that's going on in D.C.?
They're just going to throw him under the bus, throw him in a cell or whatever, and nobody's going to hear from him anymore.
Right. That makes sense, too. Let's take it forward. Yeah. Still wouldn't be as big as Steinstun. Yep. I agree. So interesting stuff. I've heard that a lot. So I felt that I had to kind of address it. I'm not saying that I don't believe it, but I'm not saying that I'm saying that I don't have the proof yet. But when we do, guys, we will be here. We'll all be here reporting on it, right? But wow. So it's definitely an interesting theory. This was awesome. Let's check this out. Ready?
I wanted to ask you about what some people are calling your best week ever last week.
That smile, that cute smile we all love in that guy, that wonderful boyish smile of his he just gave us there after he made his little crack about the holiday spirit. I haven't seen that in months.
He had a way of speaking inspirationally, but also really seriously laying out the stakes.
What is your favorite musical genre?
Anything Trump.
Seeing him is it's like a Jesus Christ superstar, seeing this guy in front of people. He's got that celebrity aura about him, and in that moment, he was owning that.
You can see it in the crowds. The thrill, the hope, how they surge toward him. You are looking at an American political phenomenon.
I love that guy. I love him. I love him.
I've been observing. Your dog looks like he's out of control.
You have to get over it.
It is probably the single most iconic piece of political campaign imagery in the last generation.
I want to personally thank him for changing my life.
During these first 100 days, what has surprised you the most about this office, enchanted you the most about serving in this office, humbled you the most?
That's enough. Put down the mic.
Love it. Love it. That was awesome. Power tie.
Another great one there.
Right. And did you guys see these remarks on New Year's Eve, guys?
Did.
He was asked about a resolution for New Year's, and he says he doesn't want to jinx it by saying what it is. And at that moment, the FLOTUS had a very intense smile. Look at that. Ha ha. She knows something.
He definitely knows something. He also asked for a vase. Did you catch that?
Yes, another vase. He asked for the vase again.
He asked for, because they said,
a
well,
vase.
A vase, right. He asked if they asked him about Chairman Kim, and what's the president going to be? He's like, oh, well, what I would like would be a nice vase.
Nice vase.
I was like, what in the world is he coding there?
All your vases belong to us.
Yeah, right. And then we get video today of Chairman Kim riding a white horse.
Yeah.
That was fresh out from the DPRK, or whatever it is.
Here, let's check this out. This is awesome right here. Oh, it's not loud enough. Let me go. Oh, then look at this, guys. Every New Year's Eve, the clock strikes midnight, and I say, wabbit, wabbit, to bring luck throughout the year to come. Give it a try. I hope it brings you and your family and friends good luck in the new year. And I'm like, no, thank you.
Yeah, there's also a few other pictures that Q dropped with.
Yep.
Let me explain that picture. That picture is John and Tony Podesta's little brother.
That's right.
Dressed in the rabbit suit. There's a lot of those pictures.
Yep.
Of him doing weird stuff dressed, and then we have and also this thing that Adam just tweeted. He does that every year.
Weird.
He tweets something about the rabbit every year, and there is a big connection to the rabbit and MK Ultra, and obviously the Alice in Wonderland.
Yep.
Rabbit, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I had some sort of smart aleck response to him. I'm trying to remember now. I was trolling Stelter last night. I was having a blast.
You see me trolling. Yeah. So very interesting. They call us names. They make threats. They censor. They lie. They project. They cheat. They steal. They harm. They are sick. And at some point, the streets will not be safe for them, guys. And there was the White Rabbit. Talking about White Rabbit in a Q post as well.
One Q post mentions the White Rabbits and asks who are the White Rabbits.
That's right.
And it's cabal oriented, and it's ancient.
Taste of Ukraine reception. We should go. Oh, it was Tuesday, July 18. Huh. Interdasting.
You might meet a shift there.
Oh boy. And here's my midnight post, guys. It was 12 midnight on the nose. Wow. Crazy. Crazy. Let's Shady, I don't know if everybody saw this. It's been, pretty much, let's watch this, guys. This was absolutely amazing. Here we go.
Happy New Year. We're going to have a great year, I predict.
Of course, it's low again. The volume's low.
Fantastic year. We had the best economic year, I think, in our country's history. And I think we're really set for additional growth and jobs and everything else. It'll be great. Kevin? Well, I think it's been handled very well. The Marines came in. We had some great warriors come in and do a fantastic job, and they were there instantaneously as soon as we heard. I use the word immediately. They came immediately, and it's in great shape. As you know, this will not be a Benghazi. Benghazi should never have happened. This will never, ever be a Benghazi. But we have some of our greatest warriors there. They got in there very quickly. As soon as we saw there was a potential for problem, they got in, and there was no problem whatsoever. I also want to thank the Iraqi government. They really stepped up. I spoke to the Prime Minister today. I thanked him, but they stepped up very nicely. I don't think that would be a good idea for Iran. It wouldn't last very long. Do I want to? No. I want to have peace. I like peace. And Iran should want peace more than anybody. So I don't see that happening. No, I don't think Iran would want that to happen. It would go very quickly. Well, we'll see. I have a very good relationship with Kim Jong-un. I know he's sending out certain messages about Christmas presents, and I hope his Christmas present is a beautiful vase. That's what I'd like, a vase, as opposed to something else. I don't know. Look, he likes me, I like him, we get along. He's representing his country, I'm representing my country. We have to do what we have to do. But he did sign a contract, he did sign an agreement talking about denuclearization, and that was signed, number one sentence, denuclearization. That was done in Singapore, and I think he's a man of his word, so we're going to find out, but I think he's a man of his word. Well, the impeachment thing is a hoax. It's a big fat hoax. We had, I guess, 196-0 with the Republicans. We had 3 Democrats come over. One actually joined our party, as you know, which is, I think, a record. I don't think that's been done before in terms of somebody coming in like that on a vote like that. But he joined our party from New Jersey. He's going to be fantastic. And no, I look forward to it. I mean, we'll see. We did nothing wrong. All you have to do is read the transcripts. If you read the transcripts, or you could also do something else. You could go see or speak to the president of Ukraine, and the president of Ukraine said loudly and boldly, and I appreciate his statement, he said it many times, there was no pressure. The foreign minister of Ukraine said there was absolutely no pressure. And that's the whole case right there. There was no pressure whatsoever. I do say 2 things. We have to check corruption, and we also have to find out why is it that the United States is always giving foreign countries money, and Germany and France and all of Europe, they're not doing much. In fact, they're not doing anything relative to this. Why is it always the United States? I've been asking you those questions and making those statements for a long time to everybody standing here. Nobody ever mentions that. That was part of it. In fact, that's in the transcript also. I talk about a very good woman, to be honest with you, Chancellor Merkel. But I said, where is Chancellor Merkel? Where is President Macron of France? Why aren't they putting up money? Why is it always the United States? Nobody ever covers that, but that's a big factor. So I think that's going to go very quick. I think it's going to go very easy. We have tremendous, and I have to say this, we have tremendous Republican support. What the Democrats did in the House was a disgrace. What they did, how unfair it was. We didn't get lawyers, we didn't have witnesses, we didn't do anything, and still we got 100% of the Republican votes, and it was bipartisan because we got 3 Democrats. So I think the impeachment thing, I call it impeachment light. It's a disgrace. And Nancy Pelosi should be ashamed of herself. She's a highly overrated person. I know her well. She's highly overrated. Yeah, the vaping is coming out. We're just going to be announcing it very shortly. Some people already know about what we're doing. We have to protect our families. At the same time, it's a big industry. We want to protect the industry. And as you know, we'll be taking it off the flavors for a period of time, certain flavors. We're going to protect our families, we're going to protect our children, and we're going to protect the industry. Hopefully, if everything's safe, they're going to be going very quickly back onto the market. So the flavors will come off, they're going to be checked. We want to make it, people have died from this. They've died from vaping. We think we understand why. But we're doing a very exhaustive examination, and hopefully everything will be back on the market very, very shortly. Look, vaping can be good from the standpoint, you look at the e-cigarettes, you stop smoking. If you can stop smoking, that's a big advantage. So we think we're going to get it back onto the market very, very quickly, but we have to protect the children, we have to protect the families. At the same time, we have a very big industry. It's become a very big industry. We're going to take care of the industry. I don't really care. It doesn't matter. As far as I'm concerned, I'd be very happy with the trial because we did nothing wrong. We didn't even have a witness, and we won 196-0. Okay, we didn't have a witness. That was all the Democrats' witness. Look, Adam Schiff is a corrupt politician. He's corrupt. He got up, he made a speech, said something I never said. And when I released the transcript, which is absolutely a perfect, totally appropriate conversation with a very good man, a very good president, I hear he's doing a great job. But a big reason he got elected was corruption. There's tremendous corruption. But the other thing, and again I ask, why aren't other countries, Germany, France, and others, why aren't they putting up money like we put up? And I've asked that question for a long time, not only about Ukraine, about a lot of other places. I was able to get recently at NATO, and you have to speak to Secretary General Stoltenberg, $530 billion additionally over a very short period of time. $130 billion immediately. He has never seen anything like that. That's NATO. This is something different. Those countries should be putting up money. They should also be giving to Ukraine. All right, one more question. Go ahead. On trade, we're very excited about trade. The China deal will be signed probably on January 15th. We put out a notice today. And I'll be going at some point to Beijing to be with President Xi. We have a great relationship. And we'll be doing something reciprocal. But I think more importantly, we'll be starting negotiations very soon on phase 2. And I think phase 2 can be complete. A lot of people said, well, you're going to have phase 2 or phase 2, phase 3. I think we'll have phase 2. I think that should complete it. But we'll be starting those negotiations very soon. I want to thank everybody. I want you to have a great year. Look, you're honorable people. You have to stay honorable. If you're honorable, I'm going to win the election by a lot. If you're not honorable, I'm just going to win the election by a little. So I'd rather have you be honorable, okay? Thank you, thank you, thank you, Jeff. Good luck. Thank
that
you,
right
Jeff.
there.
Peace on the world.
Peace is right, but I'm not sure you're supposed to say resolution out loud. Okay, so we don't want to. I don't want to say what my resolution is because I think we jinx it. All right, but I can tell you we have a good. We really have a good resolution, and it's a resolution for our country. We love our country. Our country has never done better than it's doing right now. We have the best unemployment numbers. We have the best employment numbers. Almost 160 million people are working. African American, Asian American, Hispanic American. They have the best numbers in the history of our country. We're very happy. And we rebuilt our military. We cut taxes down, the lowest in history, biggest tax cut ever. We're doing great. Our country is really the talk of the world. Everybody's talking about it. Thank you very much.
That's it right there, guys. That's your president. And boy, we talked about a lot of the stuff that he just talked about there, Shady, on the show that day.
We did.
All of his accomplishments. That's not good enough, guys. Impeach.
I like the resolution comment there.
Yeah, That was amazing.
I'm not going to tell you my resolution. It might jinx it.
Yeah.
That's something that a lot of people don't remember. Like when we were younger, you kind of understood that you can't just go around talking about things or you'll kind of turn it on its head.
That's right. And look at that smile of the beautiful First Lady of the United States. Look at that.
Oh gosh, you're not kidding. What to think that they keep fawning over Michael Obama as the most admired woman in the world.
Yep. And she said peace for the world, and a vase can mean peace, according to what the mods over here have dug up. A picture of a bottle or a vase can represent the meaning of peace or safety, because both the character for vase and that for peace are pronounced ping. A vase, ping, with flowers from all 4 seasons, convey hidden meaning for peace for all the year, guys. So very interesting. Good dig over there in the background, guys.
A bit of a Chinese reference there too.
Yep.
Just signed this new deal that's going to be unbelievable for manufacturing in America. We're forcing China to support American manufacturing. I mean, think about that.
Yeah, and
we're gonna buy our stuff.
Exactly right. Exactly. We're gonna buy our stuff, guys. It's not rocket science. Bring jobs back to America. Hello.
People in China would like things that last more than 5 minutes, just like you would.
Right. Now, we got these awesome mods out here, and they pretty much drop links of what we're talking about at the time. And I know our mods get a little, like, we're going to get into the stuff that they were talking about there. So, guys, this is why this is the best show on YouTube, is because when we're talking about stuff, the sauce is being dropped to you right there in the chat. And this is something that Shady is, this is his, what do you want to call it? Idea. And it's a great idea, because when people come back and watch, they can click on the stuff that we're talking about to see the source. And that's why you mods are the best mods on YouTube ever.
That really does. It really is going to help. I know the short term, it's very convenient, but the long term is, we're kind of thinking that there's going to be a very large amount of people that come back to this information, and other people are going to want to go all the way back, and they're going to want to research everything that we've went over. And whenever they understand that his threads that you do with Q on Twitter are what we basically cover here, adding all of the anon material in with it, as well as the president and all of the other government people, that they're going to be able to get a really good overview and binge watch this stuff, and then they can click on these links in the future, get back to the information, and share with their friends, because
it's like a record, right?
Exactly like a record.
Yeah. And Mr. T, Happy New Year to you, my brother. He says chat sauce. Pseudonym says, yep. We bring what? Oh my gosh, it just moved. Pseudonym sauce dropping. Sauce meaning source. We got the source. We got the info, guys.
This sauce ain't for spaghetti.
Nope, it ain't. It's for truth. It's truth sauce. Right on, guys. So that was awesome. I felt we needed to kind of watch that president speech, because it was only 9 minutes long, and it was like on Fox. What was it? Fox at Phoenix or something like that, dude. So I thought we needed to see it. I didn't see it really anywhere. They played little clips and little grabs of it, but very interesting. Anon Infidel said, love it. Thanks for all your hard work and awesome attitude, along with Shady Grooove. Happy New Year and a great year it's gonna be. Where we go one, we go all. Anon Infidel. Absolutely.
Fidel, and it is going to be a happy New Year.
Andrew Feinberg says, what the hell just happened? Let's watch this.
I don't know. Let's see.
The trial? Would you testify in the trial?
I would testify. I would do demonstrations. I'd give lectures. I'd give summations. Or I'd do what I do best. I'd try the case. I'd love to try the case.
Would you do back to Ukraine? Are you going to? Or are you telling us you would
I
try
don't
the
know
case?
if anybody would have the courage to give me the case. But if you give me the case, I will prosecute it as a racketeering case, which I kind of invented anyway. So it's been 30 years ago, but let's see if I can still do it. Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Rico Suave. Huh? Rico cases, huh?
Rico.
What do you think of that?
Suave.
Oh, Rico. oh, suave, huh? Yeah.
Oh, how many people in chat remember that?
How many people in chat remember Rico Suave, huh?
Come on now. There's some people out there as old as I am.
Oh my gosh, look at this, guys. Oh my gosh.
I'm only a bill, and I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Well, it's a long, long journey to the capital city. It's a long, long wait while I'm sitting in committee. But I know I'll be a law someday. At least I hope and pray that I will. But today I am still just a bill.
Gee, Bill, you certainly have a lot of patience and courage.
Well, I got this far. When I started, I wasn't even a bill. I was just an idea. Some folks back home decided they wanted a law passed, so they called their local congressman, and he said, "You're right, there ought to be a law." Then he sat down and wrote me out and introduced me to Congress, and I became a bill. And I'll remain a bill until they decide to make me a law.
Wow, huh? So that's Jack Sheldon, jazz musician and actor of Schoolhouse Rock fame. Rest in peace. He passed away. But remember all those?
I do remember all those. They were very informative, actually.
Yeah, there was a really funny meme. Let me see where we go. Let me get it up here. Hang on. Here. Yeah.
That's the one you're talking about?
Yeah, there it is. You really don't know how and why any of this works, do you?
Oh, there's a good chance that her district is going to go away.
I heard that. I heard that.
Oh, it might just be tossed out on your ears.
Right. Done.
I think there's going to be a few districts go away in California, New York, and actually there's some people saying there may be some added in Texas and where was it? There was somewhere else. Maybe I think it was Illinois or something. They were going to be adding more districts.
So they're going to add and remove some. Very interesting.
The census.
And then this one from Southern Conservative for Cappy. Prove me wrong. I love it when you guys play his song and deliver the whole, cold hard truth backed up with the bold dare of prove me wrong. Shady.
Let's see today.
Right?
Who do we have in Iraq? What is he? White House for hanging with 44.
And John Kerry was just in Iran. Right?
What are you doing, Logan?
Everybody's saying, please play it. Can you guys hear it? Maybe jam it up a little bit. Let's groove a little bit. Yeah. Isaac Cappy. That's a beat. Kiwi Patriot put that together for us. Love it. Love, love, love it. So that's that. Look at this, guys. Raise your hand if you know this is a deep state-controlled op. Khomeini, CIA-controlled Khomeini, condemns U.S., warns Iran will confront threats, guys. How about that, guys? Who knows this is a deep state op? Who knows? Prove me wrong.
Anons know.
Yeah. We had Obama, right? Had the guy visit at the White House, the Iraq guy. Interdasting, huh? And we got to jam it up again. Here we go.
It's 2020. Yeah.
Happy 2020, guys. I love that beat. That is a great beat. Everybody's dancing. Yeah, boy. And that's special thanks to you, Kiwi, my brother. So, yes, we got that. So,
a lot of mileage out of this.
Yeah, we're going to get a lot of mileage because I love it so much, man. I actually jam it to myself. I'm like, wow. Yeah, this would be a good cardio song, wouldn't it? Check it out. So there's a proclamation on National Slavery and Human Trafficking Prevention Month. Woohoo! How about that, guys?
Month of January.
Yes, all month. That's right, guys. This was January 1st, 2016 from our General Flynn. Happy New Year to all. Let's get America moving forward to a better future. And I have to like it again.
Yeah, I had to like this one again too.
Yeah.
We brought this one up last year.
Isn't that amazing?
And I was like, where's my like? My like is gone.
It always does that. Here we go. Now we're going to talk about Q as a scam. Okay, guys? You guys ready? I mean, geez, you guys get so much ahead of us. Scam. Scam. So now we got Ice Cube, Jesse Duff, and Ted I Sleep with Underage Children, 17-year-old Nugent.
Ted Cat Scratch Fever Nugent.
And we're going to get into that a little bit as well. So here you go, Average Joe. Q is a scam, says Seb Gorka, replying to Jesse Jane Duff, who is part of the campaign with Trump. Says, actually, Q has been a lot of talk, many errors, and few correct guesses. It's garbage to believe and validate. So you get one person, 10 people, 3 non-military. She's obviously not one of them that knows the plan. And it might be a little threat to her job, possibly, too, meaning that we know more than she does, Shady.
Yeah, and she was full on attacking people that were trying to show her stuff. I mean, you know, there's definitely some Q people that are being a little bit ridiculous out there with the assertions towards folks who are, you know, I mean, I understand. Okay, people don't get this. You can't attack them because they don't understand it, even if they're talking crap.
Yeah,
you know, because we're kind of like in this bubble of Twitter and being used to going back and forth with trolls and things like that. But you got to use good discernment here and not be just piling on people whenever they come out and say they don't think Q is legitimate. You got to give them the understanding that they have a right to think that.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is the actual tweet right here. Actually, Q has been a lot of. So I just said, prove us wrong.
That's all we want. We want you to show us, please, evidence that says what information are we sharing that isn't true. Simple. It has nothing to do with you. We just want to know what the information is we're sharing that's wrong.
Prove us wrong.
Prove us wrong.
That's it.
Don't yell back at us. Show us what's wrong.
Q is a scam. Q
is garbage.
Q is garbage.
There's a tweet from Gorka.
Yeah.
I'm blocked. Dig into that guy for a minute here.
Yeah, we're gonna dig. I dug on him a lot. You know we dug onto him. We dug on him a long time ago.
We might have sauce for you.
Here is the Daily Beast article from a Q drop. Thank you, Anons, for bringing us to our attention. Be careful who you follow. Follow the money. Follow the expenses. MAGA coalition, folks. Open secrets expenditures. Q is a scam. Really, Gorka? Let's get into your wife, huh? He was forced out of the White House, just so you know, guys. Remember, he didn't quit. He was forced out, folks. And he kind of turned tables upside down on the way out as well. Catherine Gorka, MAGA Coalition, Threat Knowledge Group, folks, received $60,000. Gorka was the wheel for the MAGA Coalition, and they're fake MAGA, folks. Shady. What do you think of that?
I think that this is kind of self-revealing.
Yeah. So Q is garbage. This is the company profile in McLean, Clown Country, Virginia. So this is probably a clown operation, Threat Knowledge Group. They provide specialized security services. The company specializes in irregular warfare, law enforcement, and counterterrorism. Threat Knowledge Group's clients include federal, state, and other local agencies. Another $60K recipient from MAGA Coalition, website gone. However, look who is owned by, pick related. Notice the HQ city, folks. ThreatKnowledgeGroup.com. Well, let's see what else about Gorka. She was a never Trumper, if you recall.
Gorka was never part of MI6, though, right?
I don't think so. I mean, you know, he was of the British Army, right? Stationed in Hungary. MI6 is possible. Yes.
I'm pretty sure he's MI6.
Yeah. You think he knows Steele?
I think he does know Steele, and I think that he thought that the Steele dossier was going to work.
That's right. So Ted Cruz announced Gorka would be a member of his national security coalition, which would advise him on foreign policy. That's about Catherine right there, guys. Remember that picture of Donald Trump's plane flying right over Cruz, going, interesting timing there. Remember, Cruz used to hate Trump. Okay, that was the Never Trumper group, the Cruz group, folks. And then Cruz had a bid to stop Donald Trump. Ted Cruz and John Kasich made strategic vote-sharing pact. And remember, when John McCain was put to death, quote, John Kasich. Interesting, huh, guys?
And also, I just want to throw out there that we see all of this stuff, but we also need to realize that normal people in the media, remember the Q post, it said, while a biased point of view shelters and protects the host, the overall discussion eyes on generates awareness.
Yeah.
And Gorka saying Q is a scam is waking as many people up as it is turning people off to Q.
Yeah.
Realize that. Ted Nugent, this stuff we're going to talk about here in a little bit, Ice-T, same faction here. The host needs to maintain a biased point of view, and you should respect, at least on some level, that they are talking about it, and anyone that talks about it is going to wake up a few other eyeballs.
That's
even
right.
if it turns some away.
That's right. Ted Nugent, Theodore Anthony Nugent, he's an American singer-songwriter, guitarist. He had a relationship with a 17-year-old Hawaii native named Pella Masa. 17, folks. And he had an addiction to young girls, okay? The proof is all over the web if you want to check it out. But yeah, this is the be careful who you follow, guys. This is the Gorka, you are a scam. People are starting to realize and wake up. And it was very interesting that, what is it? I can go back to our threads. Let me see, MAGA Coalition, right? Let me just go back to some threads here. And how do they do it? We pretty much figured it all out, right? This is the MAGA coalitions. They were attacking us. Here's the original thread that I did on these guys. And you remember, he did tweet out Posobiec 3 times as well. But don't think that doesn't mean our POTUS, right? This is the thread right here, guys. So what happens if Mueller proves free speech systems, aka InfoWars, is linked to foreign intel agency or other non-domestic entity? How can the left use that information to divide and censor the right? Who's pulling the strings? Free Speech Systems, LLC. Remember this, Shady, right?
Sure do.
And
Mr. Corsi as well.
Here he is. Let's see.
But I follow Q. I follow everything that's going on in Washington, D.C., Russian collusion, hoax,
What's going on
all
with that
that.
shit? Well, can I answer the first question?
Yeah.
That was Q. Q and 4chan and 8chan at first was just somebody playing games. But the whole cosmology that Trump's trying to take power from the Chi-Com globalist takeover, so at least America has bargaining chips, is true. And people at some levels in the government do like the public knowing that there is a move for indictments, there is a move to take the deep state down, because that actually builds the momentum and the belief, kind of like Oprah's secret, that it's going to happen. And now Nunes, the Republican leader, the ranking member of the House Judiciary Committee, has sent 8 referrals for criminal indictments with the evidence of Comey and Clapper and Brennan. This all happened last Friday.
Yeah,
What I'm saying is it's a bunch of people on there. Some of it's disinfo, some of it's real.
It's disinfo for a reason.
But wait a minute. It turned out being right about Mueller.
Anyways, all right. I follow Q, and everything that's going on right now, Q's been talking about this for a year. All this shit.
You know, I like the fact Q's waking people up.
There's no way it's some fucking... Because look, the mainstream media is pushing hard that Q's a hoax. That should tell you something.
I'll tell you what happened.
That should tell you something.
I thought Q was real.
Q is being fucking buried. The people talking about Q are being buried on YouTube. That should tell you something.
I have to finish this. I'm not trying to compete with Q. Here's what happened. We said the Russia collusion was fake. I was under investigation for it. They had congressional hearings with my name. They deplatformed me mainly over saying I was a Russian agent with no proof. So we knew there were indictments coming. We knew that it was criminal. We first told Trump how they were illegally spying on him. So I knew that was open source. I'm saying Q has more credibility now, at least some of the people. The problem was I really respected Dr. Jerome Corsi. He wrote a lot of big books, done a great job. And then he said Q was real. And then he came out and said, no, Q's not real now. And that kind of created this big battle where, because he worked for me, Q started attacking me. So I said, well, they must be bad if they're attacking me. Well, it turns out, of course, he's now suing me.
What?
He's now been doing a bunch of stuff. So I get how I was kind of
God damn, I'd love to be your lawyer, dude.
There you go. So, Corsi, we know. Let's go look at more. This is all MAGA coalition. They're all tied together, folks. InfoWars is under attack. You know,
tied in together with MAGA coalition, tied in with the Uni-Rock, I think Roosevelt Broadcasting, also, you know, the anti-school, all these people that turned on the information, people that were aggregating it. Some people were actually processing and putting the information out there early on, completely pivoted on a mark, almost all of them.
That's right. Ask yourself a simple logical question. Why are the majority of Q attacks by pro-MAGA supporters coming from AJ, Mossad-backed, and or AJ-known associates? Why are we a threat to them? Why not simply publish an original picture? 1, 2, 3 seconds to establish. There's my chat logs.
This guy here told us that there were no chat logs in PlayStation or Xbox.
That's right. And then the very next day, he blocked me for calling him out. There he is there. Control and divide. That's what they're doing, guys. It's all they're doing.
They're doing it on so many different levels. It's not just R&Ds, man. They're coming at us at every angle.
And attempts to deceive us have failed, guys. We've been through a lot of attacks. All these attacks. Why did he retweet Stone? Why did he, I don't know if it means that he's safe. Mr. T. You know what I'm saying? Very interesting, though. He did Posobiec 3 times, right? But here we go. I mean, we've got Breitbart article. This is all Q posts, guys, and this is Q posting about AJ and associates attempts to take over the movement. This is from Dustin Nemos, right? This is Q124 about my chat logs, right? They're wrong. You can edit the chat logs, so that's what that was proving. This is disclosing for those asking. I talked with JTF MAGA when they were vets for Trump, Met and Josh in 2016 at the campaign trail. I'm not members of the group, nor am I one of their sources. Are you? Or are you not? Posobiec, right? There's the microchip stuff. So, this is, I dropped this thread in.
Posobiec knows how to get to the farm.
That's right. This is a template that was designed to attack and censor us, guys. This was their primary objectives. This was it. And this is Q. These are Q posts, guys. Right? They hate us because we take away their I believe their business, right, Shady?
We went around them.
Right.
The president came straight to the people. He went around all of the people that think they should be able to stand in between and be interpreters.
That's right.
We're not interpreting anything really. We're kind of just like showing you what's going on, as opposed to, what is it? Mika said that it's our job to tell you what to think.
Yes.
I'm not at all telling you what to think. I'm just showing you maybe something interesting to think about.
That's right. Then you got, this is America Politics, QAnon, The Path to Dictatorship by Brock Dorsey with a mention of Corsi. Huh? BS meter off the charts with this one. We are waiting for a reporter to ask the ultimate question. What are they waiting for? They can end this at any time simply by asking POTUS, right? We may have to force this one, folks. Right?
I think that the president retweeting all of the Q people last week got him really curious now, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Because they came out with a whole nother slew of stories just recently against Q, or the idea of Q, and still no one, look, the president stood there for 10 minutes. One of those reporters could look at him and say, hey, what's this Q thing?
That's right. Look at this. There's
shout it out.
Who's that right there? Who are they with? Mossad, right?
What is a honeypot?
Right, exactly. Free speech systems.
Free speech system, right? And so you got to understand that this is This is a portals where people could whistleblow.
That's right.
And whenever you were to actually tell on people, they would use the whole of the system to shut you up, find you, embarrass you.
That's right.
Attack your family.
That's right.
That's part of their control mechanism. It's part of their blackmail. That's the way they operate. It's just macro, micro. Everyone's the same.
Corsi attempt to infiltrate Q. Mueller, Corsi plea deal. There are bad people who pretend to be good. Regarding reread drops regarding warnings. Those who left the White House did not have a choice. Gorka. Fake news. Fake MAGA. Transparency is the only way. Patriots United. Q. Wow, huh? You see these guys? These are all about the shills. If you want to, read this as well. We even figured out how they did it. I mean, this is, here's Gorka leaving the White House. Right? There he is. Gone. There's another one. Scaramucci model. Interesting. And then Sebastian Gorka has the truth about QAnon because he knows the truth, guys.
He's telling you the truth.
Yeah.
In my opinion, you wouldn't be able to say that because it seems like the only truth is there is some entity named QAnon putting out information on 8chan.
Right. This is old news, says Poussant, but this is new news for some, maybe, that are here today. Maybe, right? What do you think? Here's another $60,000 payment. Another payment. Right? Who controlled it? Mossad. Q had told us Mossad, right? They got all this, all these other folks too. Here's Posobiec, Adam Gingrich, Doug Stewart. These are the guys.
You mean you're not supposed to take the money that's donated by people to be given to a presidential campaign and go on trips and use it for dinners and fun nights on the town?
That's right.
No.
That's right. This is Gingrich right here, MAGA coalition. This was the wheel. The wheel means the moneymaker.
This is Doug Stewart's compadre.
That's right. There's the MAGA meetup. Oh, look at it. It wasn't my Discord server. Very interesting, right? Remember that, Shady?
I do.
Here they are. Looks well.
With this guy, there's this account. The name of the account is.
What's the name of that account?
Livid 2.0.
Well, there it is.
And make no mistake, this is a Q person who hates us. It's a Q person who hates us, specifically hates Adam. Really hates Adam.
No, Adam's such a narcissist.
I should note
Watch.
that this person was one of the original Dixie Cup Nation followers, used to be a big-time fan of mine, and claimed something shady went down when the MAGA coalition was started and that I changed my behavior or something like that. And as it often is, some of the people that are closest to the original form of something don't like when something changes, and they will become your most not dangerous necessarily, but your most venomous enemies, and she's one of them. So it's not as if we've teamed up here with Livid 2.0.
No. Do you want to mention this run-in you had with her with that weird?
Nope. We don't want to talk about that.
Oh no.
Oh well, we'll
leave that in the past for now.
Yes. Just like there's a lot of stuff like this, what we're going to show within the Matrix. Don't think it's just one video. I've got more.
He's got more. I haven't seen him yet,
a little
though.
bit of one to
Let's
make
see
our
it.
point. Okay.
Let's see.
So let's take a look again. Here's Livid.
There she is.
And Livid is saying, hashtagging the Q Anon and Q Army and Digital Patriots, asking, is the king of the Patriots, P-A-Y, really hashtag MAGA? I don't think so. But you feel free to decide. Are your new B team, the Lemmings, kept in a daycare in the Matrixx? And tweeting at the president. Great job. So if you scroll down from this post a little bit, this is what you see. a YouTube video called Trump is the Swamp. And the description says Trump is not the savior people think him to be. In fact, the whole system of government here.
So they're trying to tell me that was my voice, Shady, in that video.
Yes, they sure did. And Neon Revolt and a lot of other ones went with that narrative too.
Yeah. Now, let me show you how they do it, guys. Here we go.
It's called tweet attacks. And you could control every single action you could ever imagine on Twitter.
These are the bots
you
attacking you guys.
Unlimited accounts. And you could buy it for $500.
Look at the names in the chat.
Accounts. With that, you will get what's called a PVA creator, which is a phone verified account creator, which means Twitter won't ban you. And you could create accounts instantly and have them phone verified. And then you just add them into tweet attacks. Now, I'm familiar with tweet attacks. We've used it a few times. Not we, I shouldn't say we, not you and I have it. But I've used it in the past a few times to wreak some havoc. And if you're using it for a marketing thing on something that is trending upwards, it is a gold mine because you set everything to do stuff automatically and you just sit back and let it run. And you could go to their website. You could even pull up videos on YouTube for the tutorials on how to use it. Every digital marketer that runs a botnet uses this. And if you look at the behavior of the QAnon stuff, you'll see that they are all retweeting each other and liking each other, but it's very hard. Only very few of them will come in and actually respond to you organically. So you will see an account post something that's about QAnon, it'll get 700 retweets and no one's responded to it. And it's like, well, who are they talking to? They're not talking to anyone. They're talking to automated accounts. And every once in a while, they'll log into them and reply to you from 1 or 2 or 3. And that's how it's done. And I know because I've done it. I know how the process works.
Doug, you probably just blew a bunch of people's minds, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah. Whenever in that moment where you pretended like you've never used it, but you've used it.
Right. And you saw who was in there. There was Mike Rothschild. There was Adam Gingrich. There was 0 Hour. Everybody.
All the people that say Q is BS and keep on with the hate mongering.
So guys, now you know who the bots are. Prove me wrong.
I thought I was a Russian bot.
Yeah. Right? There you go, guys. These are the attacks that we've suffered through. But we figured out who it was, guys. We figured out who it was, how they did it, everything. It'll be a good book someday.
5-5.
And in the end, everything will be right because Patriots do protect Patriots. This is what Gorka sent us to go vote because he was a never Trumper. Look at how many people we sent to vote, Shady.
Yeah, he didn't send anybody to vote.
No.
Because he didn't like Trump until he was elected.
That's right. So we kind of got off a little squirrel rabbit hole there, showing you how they do it, guys. It's very interesting.
Gorka started it.
Q is a scam, guys.
Q is a scam.
Yep. Just ask Gorka. He'll tell you. All right, so we pretty much wanted to do that. This is it, guys. Look at that. This was January 1st. You know, do you believe in coincidences? Why did Hussein bring people into the White House who hate America and what we stand for?
This person will not be the first, or is not, and will not be.
Yep, exactly. Do you believe in coincidences, folks?
I do not.
Also, the Homeland Security Chief, this is a notable, Shady, review of state laws allowing driver's licenses for illegal aliens, not migrants.
Eye roll / face palm OMG. How are they going to win at the ballot box? The DMV.
That's right. Or attempt, right? This is the Q drops from CJ Truth. There's how many? 99 Husseins. So if you guys want to go back in there, and watch, read all those, there's quite a few. I thought it was very good.
I wonder if he included any of the earlier ones before they started calling him Hussein.
Right.
Because there was, a month went by before we went from BO to Hussein.
Right. So he's going through December 17. We'd have to check it out, though. but renegade. We all know what that means. Here's the Ted Nugent story right here, right? Well, Wango Tango. So even though he went on to discredit us, and I think we need to pretty much read that, Shady. Let me...
it was pretty disturbing what he actually wrote.
All right, here we go. Shady, do you want to read it for everybody?
Sure. Ted Nugent says that I think, referencing Q, I think it's a sick video, or the Plan to Save the World, the Joe M video. I think it's a slick video with excellent pictures and media clips, all taken out of context, used by the narrator to create a conspiracy theory docudrama that weaves together a disjointed version, facts that are woven together in an effort to create a theory that has no basis in reality. That guy's like weaving a blanket or something. In the summer, crimes goes up. In the summer, ice cream sales go up. Therefore, increased ice cream sales cause increased crime.
See, these are the arguments they use. They use these straw mans and these jumping on the back. I mean, that has nothing to do with it. Go ahead.
I mean, it makes no sense. It's not even a decent metaphor. Correlation is not causation. Yet this person wants you to begin believing in a vast, worldwide conspiracy of control manipulation that, in my humble opinion, borders on mental instability, if not outright lunacy. One fact that consistently runs through these types of whack job theories is that they are explained through the eyes of an American without any context for the views and priorities of other nations, other social orders, and other people and their experiences. Flip the next one.
Oh, I'm sorry, brother. There we go. Whoops. There.
While I agree that one should always be prepared for the unexpected and ready to live off the grid should a nationwide calamity occur, I don't believe the government, military, intelligence community, law enforcement, and other hidden forces exist in coordination to control national or worldwide events. Okay. There are too many other explanations and facts that do not measure up to reality. Yeah, like all the BS explanations. The most popular of these far-flung conspiracies
far-flung
conspiracies and theories is that 9/11 did not actually occur, which is not what people are saying, and that the Twin Towers were taken down by explosives and the Pentagon was actually hit by a large bomb, not an airliner. Those who believe in this crap are among the cruelest human beings alive, should be treated accordingly with disdain, disregard for their stupidity. They will be the ones in an emergency whose cruelty to others will shine through in acts of evil and self-centered anger. Now, that is one heck of a mouthful of statement. They are alone. I would advise you to stay away from this group and those who follow or adhere to its tenets. They are delusional, best unhinged, at worst most definitely a danger to themselves and others. Stay armed and well prepared, for they will be the ones to watch should society begin to crumble. Wait a minute. What?
Yeah.
Think about that. I mean, look what the man is writing on Facebook.
So now he like posted something that got a lot of eyes on. So I'm going to give him that, right? I'm going to give him that.
I saw last night that someone made a comment to him on Facebook about that this is some sort of subversive way to help get eyes on Q, and he liked that comment.
Okay.
I did see that. For, to throw it back the other way a little bit, he did like a comment where someone was calling him out on just trying to help get eyes on stuff. But this is...
But he's got to be careful because he does have a 17-year-old girlfriend. Here he is at age 30.
You could do that. You could do that without outright lying. And these people in entertainment, they can't tell you what they know about 9/11.
Right.
They'll wake up tomorrow in a box 6 feet under.
Yeah. And Mr. T does say all publicity is good publicity. So we had Ice Cube or Ice T. No, Ice T. Yeah, Ice T. That
Jane Duff.
Yep, Jane Duff and Ted Nugent. So for that, I do applaud them. But he did seem to kind of start screaming after that as well. Then there's also this: some of who once supported POTUS sleepers will have to earn, will turn to puppets and puppet masters. And we know that Mr. Nugent wants to run for Senate. So just eyes on, guys. Eyes on.
Senate run this for 2020?
I don't know. That's what I heard. You guys can.
I didn't hear that. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. So just interesting stuff. This is it. This is Paul Strand, Ice-T, then the GOP unhinged woman, then Ted Nugent. Have you noticed every day now? And for Jesse just 2 weeks ago, every day now a big number of people are being bombarded with the subject. QAnon is the biggest intel drop in the history of mankind, Shady.
It absolutely is. No, we've never seen anything like this. Not this coordinated, not this precise, and overwhelming in its scope as far as worldwide is concerned.
This is when we only had 2 less than a minute delta, guys. 20, excuse me. So there's Anons can find 20 separate occasions where Q posted and then followed by DJT within 2 minutes. There's a 100% probability that Q is real. This is math, guys. This is mathematics. There's your probability. If there's a 5-minute delta, that's a 50% probability. Q is a LARP, 49%. So real, so it's a 50-50. And if there's 8 posts at the same, time frame, right? That's 88% that Q is real, 11% that Q is a LARP. I mean, just check the numbers, guys.
And that was a year ago, bro.
Yeah.
And look at all the deltas that have happened since then.
But Duff, or whatever her name is, says that there's been, some guesses and we missed. What are you talking about? You've got so many Q proofs.
Well, what they're talking about is crazy people saying stuff like JFK Jr. is going to be at the rally.
Right. I know.
There's been all these people that have said all this stuff about predictions, and Julian Assange, and our the spy guy, and all these people putting out fake information, and then Anons kind of take it to attack normies with, and then the normies in the media or see that and use it as pointing back that it's disinformation, because they're not looking at the Q post, they're looking at people that aren't posting accurate stuff.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
That's part of the problem.
Again, that's why we have to be with facts, guys. With facts. That's it. If it's a fact, we can report. If it's a theory, it's a theory. And theories are okay, but it's got to be a theory, right? And a fact is a fact, whether we like it or not. Hey, Shady, so that fire in Manhattan the other night.
Yes.
Tom Brokaw was there.
Interesting.
Huh. If we start a fire to flush him out, you think he's got some dirt?
Oh my gosh, that guy's dirty.
You think he's got dirt too? Did they just destroy evidence? What's going on?
Maybe.
Huh. Is he lucky to be alive? These are theories and questions. That's all. But very interesting that Mr. Brokaw was there, Shady. Here it is. Here.
Was that near the place he lives, or just
in his apartment complex?
Right, I know it was in a part. I just didn't know if it was like his home or if he was visiting, or I kind of didn't catch that.
Yeah, there it is. There. Pretty interesting. So that's a PM breaking news. Let's go back to ours here. Let's go back to the link. This is so Brokaw escapes fire at his New York City building. So yeah, he was very, very fortunate to escape the fire, and he heaps praise on the fire department in New York for putting it out. There you go.
Oh, Sparky in chat said that it was their comment that was liked by Ted.
Oh, gotcha. Nice.
Hey, Sparky, good job.
Good job, brother.
I'm not sure if Sparky is a guy or a lady.
Good job, Patriot.
There
you go. It's a sad day when you can hear it in the media's voice how upset they are that the Iraq embassy attack hadn't turned into a disaster like Benghazi, because this administration had the guts to actually take action and defend Americans. At least we know whose side they're on.
Yeah, right?
Right? Kudos to that tweet, my friend. That was a great tweet.
I tell you, it was unnerving to watch the clips yesterday that people were putting up on Twitter of the mainstream siding with the militant Iranian Houthi Shiite militants, whatever you want to call them, acting like they were, somehow peace-loving, scarf-wearing protesters.
Oh yeah,
they were not protesters; they were militants attempting to kill Americans.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
They want Americans dead, guys.
But the thing is, there were protests going on in Iraq. There's a huge protest going on in Iraq against the corrupt government in Iraq. They're not anti-American.
They're called mourners, Shady.
I don't understand how these people aren't anti-American, to be honest with you. If you stand back and look what we did to that poor country, but they're not anti-American. They actually do still support us and want non-corruption in their government, just like you do.
Yep. Isn't that great?
Just like most people do.
Crazy media, isn't it? That's why you guys are the news now. Promises made, promises kept. Trump making good on promise to shrink government, folks.
Yeah, this is amazing.
This is huge.
Getting rid of 8 regulations for every one that's being added.
Yeah, he broke his own record.
3 years, 3 years in a row that there have been less laws than the year before. Which
wow.
Is, I mean, you know, under Bush and Obama, they were passing 10,000 laws a year.
That's right. Here's the first hit piece of 2020, Shady.
Which was all regulation and red tape stuff to try to steal money from businesses being started. The last thing in the world they wanted you to do is be entrepreneurial and start your own company. You know, 40% tax rate for new businesses, like that's just it's asinine.
It is. It's ridiculous.
Engineered, not happenstance. Let's put it that way.
Real quick, Uncle Ted hangs out with AJ. That's right. He has been on AJ. That's for sure.
Oh, absolutely, he has. They've actually been on together a lot.
Here's the iced tea. He innocently tweets image. Sparks intense war on Twitter. I didn't feel anything intense.
I mean, if he innocently tweeted something that he didn't want to tweet, wouldn't he remove it?
Yeah.
So that means he tweeted it guilty.
Guiltily.
Iced tea.
Knowingly.
Knowingly guilty.
Ooh, right? That's so funny, man. So we this is another, you know, we reported on all this stuff, man, but God bless you, Ice-T, for standing up for yourself, man, you know? Joe.
He doesn't believe in Q. Even if he doesn't like Q, it's fine, but he stood his ground. That's what being American means.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you don't back down to pressure from...
What they call him, Ice Q. All right, so look at this. Joe, Shady. Law enforcement over there. This is the Kyiv news, Kyiv Post, if you will. We'll accept the cookies and we'll say no thanks. But look at that. Law enforcement search Poroshenko's party headquarters and gym, guys. The State Investigation Bureau on December 20th searched the headquarters of the European Solidarity Party led by former President Petro Poroshenko. The party's official response said the search was conducted to inflict political pressure as a reprisal for the political party's political position, right? Again, they're attacking us because we're Democrats. You know, this is the same playbook, right? On the same day, Ukraine security services together at the Investigation Bureau searched the Fifth Element gym in Kiev. This is a part of a separate investigation. The gym is owned by Poroshenko and Kononenko, the deputy head of Poroshenko's party in a previous parliament, and his longtime business partner.
Yes. Interesting with this guy, right?
Yeah. Look at that. What happened to the servers where the classified information was stored? Very interesting, right?
CrowdStrike.
Wow.
I got it. Here, I'm going to drop this to you. What is it? Let's see.
Well, let me get to this one, too. This is the administration allegedly paid media. What did we just show you guys? We showed you the Democrat playbook, right? They pay people to attack you.
Yep.
Guess what happened over in Kiev? The same Democrat playbook, yes. Poroshenko's administration allegedly paid media bloggers to sway public opinion. Wow, where have we seen that? Guys.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Have you seen that?
No, it's new to me.
It's new to you.
Who's in this picture here? The tweet I just sent you.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Is that Poroshenko in the middle right there?
Yeah, it is.
And is that Lindsey Graham and John McCain and Klobuchar and Yovanovitch, who was testifying against my president?
Surprise.
Dang, how many people in this picture were never Trumpers? Mr. Who was the first person the president, or not? Well, who was the first person that he kind of went after? Remember this in the very beginning, whenever Lindsay attacked him and he published his phone number.
Yeah, that's right.
You think he knew?
He knew.
See, look at these guys. Look at all of them.
And the minute, as what is it? John Cage said, put to death. Lindsay became free, I guess, right?
Well, he started at least acting like. Well, I mean, obviously he's alone. He's going to have to pivot. All criminals do that.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't trust any of these people, man. I mean, I know that if the president is having to choose people to be around him that are swamp creatures just because of lack of people to choose,
right?
Then everybody that circulates out from that center is corrupt, in my opinion, until otherwise proven.
That's
we got to start looking at the people in government not like each other. We look at each other as citizens, as people, and we give each other the benefit of the doubt. We're all innocent until proven guilty. Whenever you had the opportunity to get your hands on the levers of government, you got to be put up to more scrutiny than just innocent until proven guilty. Like look what they're trying to do to the president with this impeachment. By the standards that they've put forth against Trump with his impeachment, there's not a member on the House or Senate floor who wouldn't be guilty of exactly that. Not one of them. Not even the new ones that just came in this year.
That's right.
No, none of them could handle the scrutiny. And to be honest with you, I don't know how he's gotten through it, but it's amazing.
Let's watch this.
Congress, though, it's like 24 hours since John McCain was put to death, and look at this circus of a hearing. Congress, though,
put to death, Shady.
Put to death.
Exactly 30 days. McCain back in the news, guys. Impossible? Coincidence?
Remember Meghan McCain on The View one day said that you can't kill him again.
Right? That's right.
She said that. She's like, you can't kill him again.
And I'm going to drop that in here for our mods, probably desperately trying to figure that out. Where is it? Right? Thank you very much, Linda Ramsey. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much for that. We really, really, really appreciate it. But look at that, guys. These are the old threads, guys. Remember, go to Thread Reader app. These are them. Pretty cool.
And that's one thing maybe that I could throw out there for people for your research. If you are looking at a Q post, right, and you look back at a Q post and it says March of 15th or whatever of last year, then type that date into Twitter. You can see his threads of those posts or that were around that, and then come to the show that we had right around there, and there'll be the information tied into it from there. So it's multi-levels the way that we're going to be able to go backwards to prove future, or past, future proves the moment.
Future proves, yeah. So did you see this, Shady? Parliamentary immunity is not in effect anymore in Ukraine, and it was in effect, guess what? New Year's Day.
Good.
Interesting, right? So this law removes Article 80 from the Constitution of Ukraine, that provision stating the parliamentarians cannot be prosecuted, detained, or arrested without consent of Rada, and that they are guaranteed parliamentary immunity. They no longer have immunity. Interesting timing, huh, guys?
Right as the we move into Human Trafficking Awareness Month.
Yeah, and at the end of 2019, Volodymyr Zelensky signed Bill number 2237 into law, bringing Ukrainian legislation regarding the immunity of deputies into the line with the Constitution of Ukraine, folks. So this is Anti-Corruption Bureau, the NABU. Remember that we talked about that? Guys, they're able to prosecute. There's no more immunity, folks.
True immunity for the swamp.
Boom.
And, the Ukraine, it's funny because Ukraine wasn't on anybody's radar. And then everybody, when Rudy started talking about Ukraine, everyone's like, oh, there's nothing to talk about Ukraine. Right. The media, oh, no. Don't talk about Ukraine. Talk about anything. Don't
That's
talk
right.
about Russia.
Look here, not there.
We've been corrupt we've been corrupt in Ukraine since way before Daddy Bush.
That's right. Oh yeah. Here we go. Yep, Barack Obama, welcome leader. This was 3 hours ago. There he is. Ha. H.A. Hadi al-Almiri. They had to report it, Shady.
Had to report it.
See that, guys? You are the news now, guys. QAnon is news, and the researchers and the brilliant Anons and you guys out there on Twitter are news 3 days before it becomes mainstream news. You guys realize that?
And also, the stuff with Poroshenko that Obama did, and we have this now with this guy. We also have what was the fella's name? Was it Mustafa? That was the ISIS guy who was in the Obama administration, in and out of the White House too.
Right.
So look at all these people that are connected to murder and mayhem in the Middle East, walking in and out of the White House under 44.
Right.
Not an op. Not a Manchurian candidate.
Planned. And here he is bowing before the Ayatollah Al-Khamenei. Kisses his hand. There he is there.
Bowing.
Mourners.
Protesters, Matrixxx. Protesters.
Protesters. Right.
Freedom fighter.
And then here's the attack today was orchestrated by terrorists, Abu Mahdi and the Mujahideen, right? Look at that. We know all. We have it all. Pompeo knows. Pretty interesting, guys. Pretty interesting.
Pompeo knows.
And we did not have a Benghazi. Thank God for that, folks.
We're getting ready to see a not Benghazi. I think that he's going to drop in a bunch of Marines, and we're getting ready to eradicate some thugs in Iraq.
Read this headline, Shady.
Shifts blues. Trump raises records 46 million during impeachment. Q. Now, could you explain to me what the Q is, Matrixxx?
Query?
It's like put it in the queue, like next to play,
right? Or is that a Q post? I don't know, man.
What's Q post 46?
Q post 46. Oh my gosh! But look at that.
I'm looking.
It's just a funny name, place for a Q, isn't it? For just a Q. Wouldn't you put query? But I love it. I spy a Q. Then this is 8 dead in a Black Hawk crash in the mountains of northern Taiwan. I don't know much more about it, folks, but hoping, prayers for the soldiers.
Yeah, this actually leads us to a post where before Hussein was starting to be used.
46.
Yeah, and uranium-1, which we've not even talked. I mean, we're not even look at all this stuff we're discussing every day. We haven't even really gotten into uranium-1 at all, and what all this means and how it's connected to Iran. But this is a pretty good one about Barack Obama here.
Yeah. Why is the information regarding Barack Obama important regarding U1 and export approval to Canada and to EU? Where is BO today? Did BO and his admin ever make false statements that U1 would never be exported from the U.S.? Who made those statements? Who did they report to? Why is this relevant? The public has been given a select taste, i.e. sampling. Rest assured, others have it all, 100% verifiable and impossible to refute. Why is this relevant? Who controls the narrative? Why are left-wing organizations beginning to report on DNC-D corruption? Does the C_A have operators inside the MSM? Anderson Vanderbilt. What happens if exposed? What happens if tied back and knowing to execs? What does this have to do with leaking? What if it can be verified, no source stories made up, were in fact and approved to be published? The wormhole goes deep. Right? Remember, ABC did not report that story. That's interesting, right?
Didn't. That's right. And look at what we're seeing now connected to this post with the knowingly since then, and also the leaking. Lisa Page, now it's coming out that Andrew McCabe tasked Lisa Page with leaking that stuff to the press.
Little leaker Adam Schiff, too. And also, look at stories are made up. President Trump golfing while Benghazi happening in Iran or Iraq. You see?
Thanksgiving. It was. They
just make shit up.
It was going to be a day of tweeting and golfing for the president as right before he landed to be with the troops in Afghanistan.
That's right. They just make it up.
They're just making up. Anonymous sources tell you a lot.
Right. Here's Alex Kaplan thread. Trump last night amplified nearly 20 accounts supporting QAnon and that have pushed QAnon content. Some of it includes accounts retweeted or, quote, tweeted multiple times, easily the most I've seen in one day so far. Below are the Patriots showing this. Haha.
We are the Patriots.
Yeah. Pretty interesting, huh?
Keep attacking. We can take it.
We can take it. Because it's QAnon. What is QAnon content? What is it? Q is garbage. Okay, so what is the garbage? Come on, guys. Prove me wrong.
They won't tell me what the garbage is.
Mm-hmm.
They just tell me that it's a scam.
Yeah.
You know, most of the times whenever I go like to research or not something I'm looking at as a scam, someone can tell me what the scam is.
Yeah.
No one's really able to tell me with Q what the scam is.
Well, Will Sommer can tell you what it is.
Well, he's a little convoluted in his assessment.
You don't think he's good?
No, he's very hard to understand.
Yeah. So the president's recent tweets have conspiracists in overdrive. Best case is we're getting a medal at the White House. One QAnon luminary gushed.
That was Roy.
Roy? Yeah, we probably are going to get a medal, guys.
Captain Roy is who he was quoting. I guess that's who he talked to for this article.
Right. Right, there you go. Just funny, dudes, you know. Travis View. He's part of the guys that works with the MAGA coalition, just so you know. They all run together. So does Will.
Clan, MAGA Co, yeah.
Yeah. There's your daily base. That's what they think of your president. In fact, it's their charter to take the president down. Okay? The Daily Beast. Interesting name, too, Shady. What do you think of that? What do you think of this? Former Google exec slams company over its projects in China and Saudi Arabia.
Stop building bad AI.
Right? But look at, weren't we talked about China? Don't be evil. Dragonfly. Now it's news, guys. It's coming full circle.
They've now gained access to all your hospital records.
Yay.
Yeah, now that not only do they have all your DNA testing sampling kits, but they've got your hospital records to match them with.
Awesome, man. Boom.
But we don't care if people are watching us. See, I hear this so much from non-conspiracy minded people. Like, I don't care what they see because they think that it's the American government spying on them. Well, if it was Beijing spying on you, does that make any difference?
Nope.
Does that make any difference to your desire for privacy? You know, I mean, you got to think about this stuff logically.
That's right. So no longer can massive tech companies like Google be permitted to operate relatively free from government oversight, says Lee Junee added, noting that Dragonfly was shut down shortly after facing scrutiny from Congress. In a statement, a Google spokesperson told Washington Times that the company has an unwavering commitment to supporting human rights organizations and efforts. What?
Well, you didn't understand that?
Wow.
Oh, you're hard-headed.
We're good people. We support human rights.
Don't be evil.
Chinese. Never mind.
Yeah.
Here we go. Ready? Let's watch this.
The more that a broken system tells you that you're wrong, the more certain you should be that you must keep pushing ahead. Because it's the outside.
Now, you heard that, right? So the broken system is calling us wrong. Shady.
Yeah.
And we must continue moving ahead.
Who change the world and who make a real and lasting difference. Nothing worth doing ever came easy. Treat the word impossible as nothing more than motivation. The future belongs to the people who follow their heart no matter what the critics say. We must always remember that we share one home and one glorious destiny. We all bleed the same red blood of patriots. We all salute the same great American flag. Our best days are yet to come.
Boom. That's huge. Love that. What do you think of that video, Shady?
Pretty stellar, right?
Yeah. Look at calling out the Pacers, AT&T.
Not the first time.
Not the first time.
I mean, he has called out AT&T on this probably 10 times in the last 6 months. Tweeted right at him.
Yep.
And CNN is in most of them because, you know, CNN is owned by AT&T, guys. Remember, Adam Schiff was able to get the phone records through AT&T of Nunez and who else was it? There was 3 people there that they were talking about. They used AT&T to get the records. Think they work together?
Yeah. CIA is, paid, is said to pay AT&T for call data. I mean, this is in the New York Times on November 7th, 2013.
AT&T is not connected to Jacob Schiff and Jekyll Island? No.
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 No. No. No.
I'm trying to find, hang on one second. I'm trying to find something because they hide this one on me quite a bit.
The no button?
The no button. No, I got that right here. People are getting sick of it, aren't they? No? No.
I'm not sick of it.
I'm not either.
I think it's awesome.
I love it. Let me see. The Senior Executive Service is the Keystone SES, right? We're talking about that. I was trying to find the AT&T part where we found them in the vault.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And they were actually called CIA at one time.
Yeah, maybe it was a week ago we were talking about that. I was trying to reconjure up that information.
Yeah.
What was it?
Well, I have it in a thread, but it seems to be gone. Seems to be gone, Shady.
Might be around the same time. Might be the thread from the day before or the day after or something.
Well, no, this was in my Paysor dig, I believe.
I don't know if it was in that. I don't think it was in that thread.
I did put it in there. Yep.
You put it in there after, like later?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's been an ongoing thread for sure.
Yeah, I know that, but it's all broken up now at the bottom, so it's hard to find.
Yeah, it went off on the 2 different tangents. They split it up. Very interesting. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I thought I could find it right now.
It's all good.
It's all good. All right, so that's interesting, going after AT&T. This is interesting. This is Hong Kong just a couple hours ago. I might have to just play different music because we can't. Go Hong Kong, guys. Look at this, folks. We need to be the America that Hong Kong thinks we are, guys. No, I don't know. I can't hear you sometimes when the music is playing, Shady. I'm sorry. Can you guys hear Shady when he speaks over the music? Just give me a 5-5. I want to hear it because for some reason you don't come through, so I'm going to stop it. Say what you're going to say, Shady.
No, I was singing over the music.
Okay, because I don't hear you. It's like looks like Sue says yes, they can hear you. Okay,
you can trust me. I'm not being bad.
You're being bad. Kevin says loud and proud. We can hear you. All right, good. But look at that, guys. We should be the America that Hong Kong thinks we are, folks.
You mean we shouldn't turn our country into the socialist cesspool? That
shithole?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry, guys.
But that's okay. We can let that one go.
For the last time, no.
There we go. No. Beep. Beep. All right, look at this. The Biden papers. There's 1,875 boxes and 415 gigabytes of electronic records spanning from 1973 to 2009 that are they're still kept secret, Shady, and hidden from you, the public.
Yeah, there was a clip of him from like 1972, right as he was elected into the Senate. of someone talking to him about corruption, and they mentioned to him whatever, and he's like, oh, he says, oh, I'm not saying that you're corrupt, and Biden's like, oh, well, you shouldn't assume I'm not.
He just can't help
in
it.
1973, he basically told you that I'm a corrupt swamp creature.
Wow.
Doesn't care. Just like he sits there on stage and says, we told him we weren't going to give him the billion. And then the media tries to say, oh, there's no evidence of anything done wrong. And he says specifically that go ahead and ask the president if you want to. So obviously the president's backing him up on that. But nope, that was no quid pro Obama.
Look at this here too. Look at, they use a photo from 2017 because he's so bad looking right now. He doesn't look good.
Campaign currently.
And this is even in Breitbart.
Yesterday at a rally, he approached a child and asked her how old she was. She told him that she was 11. He's like, oh, you're 11? Make sure you see me before you leave.
He said that again to somebody?
Said that again. It's like, dude, would you stop it? Like, why are you just stop it? Quit looking at children.
But middle-aged men, fathers love this stuff.
Ugh.
Shady. Right? Isn't that what they wrote down and said that we should believe it? Here's creepy Joe Biden to 11-year-old girl. How old are you, honey? Talk to me before you leave. Here we go.
Play it.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Prove me wrong.
Prove me wrong, guys. Is this who you want?
Is this going to be your candidate?
Here he goes.
You're 11 years old. Talk to me before we leave, okay?
Well, talk to the creepy dude with the microphone.
WTF. I'm sorry. I had cap lock on. Oh well. Yeah, but seriously though, that's disgusting, guys.
That's outside the normal.
Here, wait. Here's what.
By thanking everybody under the age of 15. We owe you big, kiddo. I don't know how you got here, but thank you. After it's over, come up and talk to me for a minute, okay? Promise? All right. Anybody under 15, you get something special today, because I'll tell you, this got to be boring for you. But thank you.
I mean, who needs to throw up?
Someone yelled it out. A lady yelled out to him the other day in a rally that he was a pervert.
Well, obviously he is.
It's kind of like on the surface there, isn't it?
I know. And people are laughing and standing. Look at, is that a stadium like Trump's?
Nope.
No? What is that, a broom closet?
Yep.
Look at that. You can't even, I mean, and they're all...
Everybody got a free drink.
Yeah. And I don't even want to, oh, God.
Coupon to Applebee's.
It's disgusting. And a lap ride and a fuzzy leg touch.
Don't get up.
A fuzzy leg touch.
With my hairy legs, I used to get there the blonde in the sun, and the hair would stand up, and the kids come up and rub them like roaches.
Oh, my God, Shady. No.
That's a quote.
That's half a small school hall, says a Kiwi Patriot. There's no Matrixxx. The sound is here. Hello. Because I don't use Matrixxx anymore. Neener. And that's really, kind of what we had, on the notables, for today. Our first show of 2020, Shady.
Yes, sir. I can't believe that it's 2 decades into the millennium already.
Wow, it's a new decade. That's true, right?
Yeah, a new decade, let's all go back, and maybe I'll give Anons a little bit of homework, Matrixxx.
Okay. Homework time.
I want Anons to go, a little overtime. I want you to go back and do a little bit of research into the quote unquote roaring 20s. What does that mean, the roaring 20s? What in the world did they mean by that? And let's hope that we can create the roaring 20s in 2020 without the crash.
Right.
Ended it.
Because what was it? It was a period of economic prosperity, wasn't it?
Well, yes, and that this was the move. They said this was the whole plan. You set up the Federal Reserve, and then you start to remove the metals from the people. You elevate. You allow them to create and invent and build massive wealth, and then all of a sudden, there's no money in the bank.
Right.
Wait, what?
Where'd it go?
So there was no credit system then. Remember that in the 20s there was no credit. You could buy stuff on credit. You could buy,
There's no taxes either.
There was no taxes and at all. And
how did all those buildings get built without no taxes, Shady?
Because of ingenuity, American capitalism, because of business, because of entrepreneurship.
Right.
That's the way they got built, and that's the time that we were alive. And so the whole scheme, they built it all up. They got everyone's assets in the bank because everyone needed to trust the bank to keep your gold for you. And then all of a sudden, everybody wakes up in 1929 and there is no money. Where did the money go? I say to you, trust. I say to you, peso. I say to you, roaring 20s again, this time without the crash in the end. This time, we're going to teach the country in the modern world what a cabal banking system is, how a debtor's prison works, what is a debtor system, and why you don't need it, shouldn't have it, and never should be borrowing anything from anyone again. Period. That's wealth. Wealth is not borrowing. Wealth is no credit. Credit and debt is not wealth.
Right. That's right.
Because you can go to the bank and buy something that's worth 10 times more than the amount you have. That is not wealth. That's debt. Realize that.
Roar. And wealth free beer tomorrow. Don't forget.
Free beer?
Tomorrow. You guys, oh yeah, don't forget. This is the Red Pill Roadshow. Let's see. Here it is here. January 11th, 2020. That's coming up, Shady. Save the date. 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. right downtown Tampa. You can get, here's some guests here. John Michael Chambers, Dylan Wheeler, Gene Ho, Dylan Marie, Louis Monroe. Oh, who's that guy? Who's that guy? Shady? Who is that guy?
I don't know.
Who is it? Lisa and John Stroh, Roy Davis. A lot of great people. Craig from Just Informed Talk is going to be there as well. And guess who else? JT Wild. This is going to be a good show, guys.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm not going to be able to make it with you, Matrixx.
I know. I understand that. That's why you were quiet?
What?
That's why you were quiet? Like, well, who's this, Shady?
I wasn't looking at your screen. I didn't know you were actually really asking. I thought you were
asking. Like, what? Wait, what? I don't know. But
I would know you.
It should be funny. We are going to miss Shady. He did try to come and make it, but we're going to get it. It's that short dude. Who's that short dude? That is Papa D. You guys know Papadopoulos? That is who that is right there. He was Shady Band. You were Shady Band, Shady.
I wasn't Shady Band. It's my own fault. I couldn't get out.
Well, we love you guys. Much love to you guys. I think that was a pretty good show. This is our first show of the new year. 2020 is going to be I think a pretty kick butt year. Press 17 if you guys are excited about 2020. I'm going to get my 17 in there right now, Shady. Let's get that in there. Shady, what are your last words for today?
My last words are I'm glad that we've made it to 2020, and I think that the Anon show, if you will, is going to be something spectacular to watch. It's not going to happen as fast as you want it to ever. Remember that.
Yeah, and remember, our president said, you got to work for it. You got to work hard for it. It's not just going to happen. We're used to just getting it overnight. And it's not just about Hillary Clinton, guys. It's much, much bigger than that. There's big, there's bigger, there's biggest. Big is the corruption in D.C. That's big. Bigger is the border, the trafficking and all that. And biggest is the big con, the scam, the Federal Reserve, the monetary system. That's my opinion, guys. And with that, we are out of here. Boom, Shady. Boom, boom. VV was here, so we're going to go out with VV. Love you, United States of Q. We have an army. It's you guys.
know, can't explain.